Imagine this. Your message is the first thing she sees when she wakes up. She checks her phone, and there it is. Something that instantly puts a smile on her face. But it's not just any ordinary good morning text. It's something that captivates her, sparks her curiosity, and makes her think about you all day. That's exactly what I'm going to teach you today. But first, let me ask, when was the last time you sent a good morning text and found yourself anxiously waiting for a reply? If you've ever been in that situation, you're not alone. Most people unknowingly make small mistakes in this first interaction of the day, missing out on powerful opportunities to build attraction. Now imagine having 7 foolproof messages, texts that make her excited to hear from you again. Sounds too good to be true. Trust me, it's real. And once you master this, you'll never send a boring good morning again. Let's dive into the first one. 1. The mystery text. Ever wonder what makes a woman think about you all day after just one message? It's not about sending the same tired, good morning beautiful that every guy sends. It's about creating a moment that sticks. The secret? Mystery. Curiosity is one of the most powerful human emotions. When you add a little intrigue to your text, like, "Good morning. You won't believe the dream I had about you last night." You instantly open a loop in her mind. Now she's wondering, what was the dream? What does it mean? That curiosity keeps her thinking about you long after she's put her phone down. This is where high-value men shine. They master the art of subtlety, revealing just enough to spark interest but never giving away too much. As the philosopher Seneca once said, "It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable." In today's world of oversharing and instant gratification, being the guy who leaves a little room for mystery makes you stand out. Think about it. Who do people find more intriguing? The one who lays everything out immediately, or the one who keeps them guessing? Look at social media. Those who reveal every detail of their lives quickly fade into the background, while those who share just enough to spark curiosity, they get noticed. It's the same in relationships. Women love a good mystery, and when you position yourself as one, you become unforgettable. So the next time you send a good morning text, don't just greet her. Leave her wanting more. 2. The heartfelt connection. A great good morning text isn't just about saying hello. It's a chance to build a real emotional connection, the kind that no woman can ignore. Instead of the usual, "Good morning, hope you have a great day," try something that makes her feel truly seen and appreciated. "Good morning. I hope today brings you closer to your goals. What's something you're excited to achieve right now?" This simple shift changes everything. It's no longer just a greeting. It's an invitation to open up about her dreams and ambitions. And here's the thing. When a woman feels you genuinely care about what's important to her, she sees you as different from the rest. I once knew a guy who used to shower women with compliments, thinking it would impress them. But when he started focusing on their thoughts, feelings, and aspirations instead of just his own, something changed. Women who once seemed distant suddenly opened up to him, because for the first time, they felt truly understood. That's the power of intentional communication. It's not about overwhelming her with attention. It's about showing that you're present, that you're listening, and that you care. Master these first 2 texts, and you're already ahead of 90% of men. But there's more. 5 more powerful messages that will make her look forward to hearing from you every single morning. How do I want to make her feel? What kind of impression do I want to leave on her day? The secret to capturing her attention isn't in grand gestures. It's in the small, purposeful interactions that make her feel seen and valued. Master this, and the quality of your connections will far outweigh the quantity. Message number 3. Ignite her creativity. The third good morning text isn't just about greeting her. It's about stimulating her mind and unlocking her imagination. A strong connection goes beyond physical attraction. It thrives on mental chemistry. And this is where creativity plays a powerful role. Try something like this. Good morning. If you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you be? At first glance, this might seem like a simple question, but it does something profound. It makes her pause, reflect, and dream. And the best part? She associates those thoughts with you. You're not just sending a message, you're inviting her on an imaginative journey. Maybe she envisions herself on a tropical island, sipping a cocktail by the beach, or exploring an ancient city, lost in adventure. And who's there in that dream? You. By encouraging her to think beyond the ordinary, you tap into a fundamental truth. People love to dream, but few take the time to share those dreams. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And that's exactly what this message does. It elevates the conversation beyond small talk, making space for something deeper. As she visualizes these faraway places, you're building trust, rapport, and a shared sense of adventure, even if it's just in your minds. So next time you text her, ask yourself, what kind of conversation do I want to inspire? What dreams and experiences can I uncover by asking the right question? By applying Stoic wisdom to relationships, you learn that attraction isn't just about what's said. It's about how you make her feel. And nothing leaves a stronger impression than someone who sparks curiosity, wonder, and excitement. Message number 4. Spark wonder and intrigue. Good morning texts can be so much more than just a simple greeting. They're an opportunity to set the tone for the day and engage her emotions right from the start. Take this message, for example. Good morning. Something incredible happened last night that made me think of you. I'll tell you later. With just a few words, you've planted a seed of curiosity that will keep growing in her mind all day long. What happened? Why did it remind him of me? This kind of message isn't about playing games. It's about creating a sense of anticipation. When you leave a little mystery, you naturally hold her attention, making her more eager to engage. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." By leaving her wondering about you, you occupy her thoughts in a way that deepens attraction. In a world where most people send predictable, forgettable texts, this approach makes you stand out effortlessly. This isn't about manipulation. It's about thoughtful communication. It's about crafting moments that feel different, refreshing, and deeply engaging. Stoic principles teach us to be intentional, present, and composed, qualities that naturally draw others in. So next time you want to stay on her mind, don't just send a routine, "Good morning." Make it an experience. Create a little intrigue. Leave her wanting more. And watch how your connections transform. Did today's insights resonate with you? Drop a comment below with your favorite takeaway or quote. The power of humor. How one simple message can make her day. There's something about humor that creates an instant connection. One of my friends discovered this firsthand. He had a signature way of sending good morning texts that always made her laugh. No matter how busy they were, his messages kept their bond strong. It wasn't just the words, it was the fact that he stood out. While most guys would send a plain "good morning," he sent something that sparked curiosity, brought a smile, and made her eager to reply. That's the secret. Being the man who brings a sense of lightness and fun into her day. Yes, being serious has its place, but knowing how to balance that with playfulness is an incredibly attractive quality. Women are naturally drawn to men who can make them feel something, and humor is a direct way to create that emotional connection. So, when was the last time you made someone laugh with just a few words? Think about it. Humor isn't about being a comedian. It's about breaking down walls, easing tension, and making interactions more effortless. When you're the one who makes her smile first thing in the morning, you associate yourself with positivity. And as a high-value man with a stoic mindset, this balance becomes part of your natural presence. Strength, balanced with humor. Seriousness, balanced with lightness. Wisdom, balanced with playfulness. A woman who starts her day laughing because of you will carry those positive emotions with her, and she'll link them back to you. You become the man who makes life more enjoyable, someone she looks forward to hearing from. Now ask yourself, are you using humor effectively in your conversations? Or are your messages too predictable and forgettable? Women connect with men who can engage them emotionally, and humor is a powerful bridge to deeper conversations. It creates an environment where she feels safe, relaxed, and free to be herself. But it's not just about making her laugh. It's about proving you're the kind of man who can navigate life with both depth and joy. That's the essence of the Stoic mindset. Understanding life's challenges while appreciating the lighter moments. So, the next time you send a good morning text, think about how you can stand out. Be the man who makes her smile effortlessly. The one whose texts feel like a highlight, not just a routine. And remember, it's not just about sending a funny message. It's about being intentional with your words, understanding the role of humor in attraction, and using it to build a genuine connection. Do you agree? Drop a comment below. Yes, I agree. Or, I'm not sure yet. Let's talk about it. Message number 8. The power of motivation. If you want to truly stand out and make an impact, nothing grabs attention like a powerful motivational message in the morning. Because let's be real, it's not just about saying good morning. It's about showing that you genuinely care about her growth, success, and well-being. Imagine she wakes up to this. Good morning. Remember, the only thing standing between you and your dreams today is action. Go make it happen. This isn't just a text. It's a call to action, a powerful reminder that she has everything she needs to take on the day. And guess who just became a part of her motivation? You. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By sending a message like this, you're shifting her mindset from just another ordinary morning to a day full of purpose and action. Why this works? High-value men don't just take, they inspire. They contribute to a woman's life, not just her emotions. They make her feel supported in a way few others do. Think about it. How many people in her life are actually doing this? Probably very few, if any. That's what makes this kind of text so powerful. It subtly reminds her of your value. You're not just a guy texting her. You're a man who brings something meaningful to her life. And this is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Stoicism teaches that a fulfilled life is one where we use our knowledge and strength to help others. As Seneca once said, while we teach, we learn. So, by motivating her, you're also reinforcing your own mindset of success. You're becoming a man who naturally uplifts those around him. And that kind of presence is rare and unforgettable. Ask yourself, would you rather receive empty words or genuine encouragement? Now, imagine how she feels when she wakes up to a message that fuels her confidence. That's what being a high-value man is about. Someone who lives with purpose, inspires others, and leaves a lasting impression. The power of elevation. Lead with intention. Leave a lasting impression. A high-value man isn't just confident. He elevates those around him. If you've ever wondered, what is Stoicism and how do I apply it to real life? This is it in action. You lead with wisdom, generosity, and purpose. Every interaction, no matter how small, carries intention. So the next time you send a message, ask yourself, will this message leave a lasting impression? Does it go beyond surface-level conversation? Does it speak to her soul? Because let me tell you, no woman can ignore a man who truly sees her. Message number 9. Thoughtfulness that stands out. Imagine waking up to a message that doesn't just say good morning, but actually touches something deeper. A high-value man understands that a morning text isn't just a casual greeting. It's an opportunity to show thoughtfulness and demonstrate real attention to detail. Take this, for example. Good morning. I've noticed how hard you've been working lately, and I genuinely hope you find a moment today to relax and recharge. You truly deserve it. With this one message, you're not just acknowledging the morning, you're acknowledging her. This is what separates ordinary men from unforgettable ones. It shows that you're paying attention to her world, her emotions, and her efforts. Stoic wisdom teaches us to be present in our relationships. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." This highlights an important truth. Sometimes we carry unnecessary burdens. A simple reminder to pause and breathe can mean more than you think. By sending a thoughtful message like this, you're doing more than checking in. You're showing her that you genuinely care. You're subtly encouraging her to embrace balance, to not let stress consume her, and to know that she's not alone. Now imagine how this small act of mindfulness can deepen your connection over time. Have you ever considered how much of an impact a caring message can have? How it can serve as a daily reminder that someone sees her, appreciates her, and is thinking about her. This is where Stoicism plays a vital role in attraction. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistency. High-value men build trust and emotional depth in the quiet, everyday moments. By incorporating mindful communication into your interactions, you're not just sending texts, you're creating a foundation of trust, respect, and emotional safety. Because at its core, Stoicism isn't just about discipline, it's about intention. And that extends to love. Message number 10. The subtle art of building excitement. You want to spark genuine attraction. One of the most underrated tools at your disposal is the good morning text. Done right, it sets the tone for the day and leaves a lasting impression. But here's the key. It can't be just any message. There's a subtle art to crafting texts that create curiosity, excitement, and emotional investment. Imagine she wakes up to this. Good morning. I'm planning a surprise for you. I can't wait to see your reaction. See what this does? It creates anticipation. It weaves together three powerful elements. Mystery. She's intrigued. Excitement. She's now looking forward to what's coming. Emotional engagement. She's actively thinking about you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This principle applies here. By planting a seed of curiosity in her mind, you're shaping her emotional state in a positive way. This is a Stoic principle applied to attraction. Mastering your actions to inspire the reactions you want, without manipulation. Using small, thoughtful gestures to create lasting emotional connections. Understanding that attraction isn't about grand gestures, it's about the way you make her feel. Here's why this approach is so powerful in today's fast-paced world. People are bombarded with messages. A well-crafted good morning text stands out precisely because it's intentional. It gives her something to look forward to. It keeps her engaged, even when you're not around. But there's one rule. Authenticity is everything. The power of these texts isn't in the words themselves. It's in the sincerity behind them. As Epictetus wisely said, first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. The same goes for your interactions. Be the kind of man who doesn't send messages just to get a response, but because you genuinely care about making her day brighter. Women have an intuitive ability to sense sincerity. They can tell when a message is forced or routine. And that's where most men get it wrong. They send texts without thought, expecting an automatic reaction. But Stoicism teaches us to be deliberate, to be intentional. It's not just about what you say, but when and how you say it. Timing, as they say, is everything. Sending the same kind of messages every day? That's predictable. But crafting messages that spark curiosity, create emotional depth, and bring excitement. That's how you stand out. The takeaway: a high-value man doesn't just exist in a woman's life, he enhances it. He brings thoughtfulness when others are superficial. He sparks excitement when others are predictable. He creates genuine emotional connection without force or manipulation. And most importantly, he does it all with intention. So the next time you pick up your phone to send that morning text, ask yourself, are you just checking in, or are you leaving a lasting impression? Drop a comment below. What's the most thoughtful or exciting message you've ever received? Let's talk. The key to keeping her engaged: balance, mystery, and authenticity. Predictability quickly turns into monotony, and nothing kills excitement faster than routine. Instead, switch things up. Alternate between playful, lighthearted messages and more sincere, heartfelt ones. This unpredictability keeps her intrigued without creating insecurity. Think of it like this: just as Stoicism teaches balance in emotions, you should balance your interactions. You wouldn't indulge in one extreme emotion, so why overwhelm her with constant attention? Space creates value. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This wisdom applies to relationships too. Use your time wisely. Allowing moments of silence or minimal interaction builds tension, the good kind. Why? Because when you're too available, the excitement fades. This is where stoic happiness comes into play. Finding contentment within yourself rather than seeking validation from someone else. But here's the fine line. You want her curious, not anxious. You want her excited, not uncertain. That's why every message should come from a place of respect and authenticity. Your goal isn't to manipulate. It's to create a connection based on mutual enjoyment and shared moments. Mastering the art of attraction. Control what you can. At its core, Stoicism is about control. You control your actions, your words, and your mindset. You let go of what's beyond your control, like how she responds. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is where most men get it wrong. They focus on getting a reaction rather than being intentional in their approach. When you apply this principle, you realize that a well-crafted text isn't just about making her smile. It's about laying the foundation for a meaningful relationship, one text at a time. These messages aren't just words. They're proof that you're thoughtful, intentional, and understand the art of subtle communication. But remember, texting is just the entry point. A high-value man doesn't rely on messages alone. He backs them up with confidence, self-respect, emotional resilience. Stoicism teaches that true power comes from mastering yourself, not controlling others. And that's exactly what makes you stand out. The shift in power. Why she starts chasing you. Here's the twist. When a man like you starts to pull back, something interesting happens. She starts to notice your absence. She realizes what she stands to lose. She suddenly feels the shift, and it makes her want to close the gap. Why? Because high-value men never chase. Instead, they maintain self-respect, positioning themselves with quiet confidence, and naturally, the dynamic shifts in their favor. This is where the real attraction begins. Final thought. Are you ready to elevate your game? A high-value man doesn't just exist in a woman's life. He enhances it. He keeps her intrigued without forcing it. He creates attraction without manipulation. He stays grounded in his own worth. These 7 good morning texts are more than just words. They're tools to showcase your confidence, charisma, and emotional intelligence. And when you send them, you're not just brightening her day, you're showing her why you're worth her attention and time. Remember, high-value men don't chase. They attract by being intentional, thoughtful, and in control. Mastering the power dynamic. Walk away. Let her chase. One of the biggest mistakes men make is chasing after someone who only gives them scraps of affection. Instead of holding on tightly, step back and let her realize what she stands to lose. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your mindset is focused on scarcity, you'll accept anything. But if you shift to an abundance mindset, you'll demand more, because you know you're worth it. When you're always available, always trying to please, you're not being kind, you're handing over control. And whether she realizes it or not, she will use that control against you. But when you pull back, when you show that you have options, that you won't settle for the bare minimum, everything changes. This isn't about playing games. It's about recognizing your value and making it clear that you expect to be treated with respect. Epicurus put it best. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reaction to being undervalued should never be to chase harder. It should be to step away. And when you do, that's when the shift happens. Suddenly, she's the one feeling uneasy. That same knot you once had in your stomach? Now it's in hers. She starts wondering if she miscalculated, if she lost something she took for granted. And just like that, the power shifts. You are the prize. Self-respect is everything. Instead of begging for her time and affection, you become the man who knows his worth. The man who isn't afraid to walk away when his standards aren't met. This is where self-respect becomes your greatest asset. By holding firm to your boundaries, you're not just protecting yourself, you're teaching her how you expect to be treated. Imagine the tables have turned. Now she's the one sending late-night texts, trying to win back your attention. Now she realizes that your presence wasn't something to be taken for granted. And here's the best part. You didn't have to beg or plead to make this happen. By simply asserting your value, you naturally command respect. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." By stepping back, you show that you don't crave her approval. You crave respect and mutual admiration. This translates into real-world confidence, not being overly available, not bending over backward for someone who isn't reciprocating, knowing that if she isn't meeting your standards, there are others who will. This isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. And when you carry yourself with this kind of quiet confidence, you become the man that everyone wants, but few can have. You become the one who sets the rules, not the one who follows them. This is what it means to live by Stoic principles, to be the master of your own fate and the architect of your own happiness. Leave the desperation to her. Something interesting happens when a woman senses that you've lost interest. She starts chasing. It's a shift in dynamics that most men fail to understand. Think about it. She starts pulling away. She becomes distant. Her warmth turns cold. And what do most men do? They panic. They chase. They beg for attention. They act like she's the last woman on earth. But here's the truth. Desperation isn't just unattractive. It's a complete loss of power. When you react like that, you're telling her, "I'm so desperate for your approval that I'll compromise my dignity to get it." And what does that say about your self-worth? A woman will never respect a man who doesn't respect himself. If you put her on a pedestal while diminishing your own value, she won't admire you. She'll disregard you. So what should you do instead? Take a step back. Breathe. Reassess your priorities. The moment you sense that she isn't valuing you as she should, withdraw. Not to manipulate, not to play hard to get, but because you genuinely know your worth. And if she doesn't see it, you shift your focus to things that actually matter in your life. That's when the tables turn. The desperation you once felt? Now, it's on her. The woman who once felt secure in your affection suddenly realizes that her position isn't guaranteed. She assumed you would always be there, no matter how she treated you. But now, she sees that's no longer the case. And that realization shakes her. The power she thought she had? Gone. The sense of security she once felt? Vanished. That's when she starts scrambling to get back what she lost. And this, my friend, is where the game changes. Final thought. A high-value man never begs for attention. He naturally commands it. If this resonates with you, drop a comment and share your thoughts. And if you found this valuable, like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because we've got more powerful strategies coming your way. Because at the end of the day, you're not just learning how to attract women, you're mastering the art of self-respect. And that's a lesson worth remembering. The power of walking away. How Alex flipped the script. Alex found himself stuck in a frustrating cycle, constantly seeking approval from a woman who took him for granted. For months, he poured his energy into trying to make her happy, only to feel unappreciated and emotionally drained. But then, something shifted. One day, Alex decided he was done chasing. Instead of seeking her attention, he redirected his focus back to his personal goals, passions, and the things that truly mattered. He started diving back into his hobbies. He reconnected with friends. He put more effort into his career. At first, she didn't seem to notice. But over time, something interesting happened. The dynamic between them changed. The more Alex invested in himself, the more she started to feel his absence. Suddenly, she was the one chasing. She was the one craving his attention and trying to win back the affection she once took for granted. The lesson here is simple. When you stop being desperate and start valuing yourself, others will value you too. So, the next time she starts pulling away, don't panic. Leave the desperation to her. Watch how she reacts when she senses that her grip on you is slipping. More often than not, she'll fight to regain that control, realizing too late what she was taking for granted. By making this one simple shift, you completely transform the dynamic. But more importantly, you start receiving the respect and appreciation you deserve. At its core, this is the essence of true happiness. Finding contentment within yourself, not in the validation of others. Because in the end, it's not the situation that matters. It's how you respond to it. 3. Value your time and energy. Like gold. Let's talk about something most men overlook, the immense value of their time and energy. Think about it. How many men waste countless hours and emotional energy chasing after a woman who doesn't truly appreciate them? It's like tossing diamonds into the wind, hoping someone else will finally see their worth. But here's the truth. Your time is your most valuable asset. It's finite. It's non-refundable. And once you spend it, you can never get it back. So ask yourself, why invest your time in someone who doesn't see your worth? Why waste your energy on a person who isn't reciprocating your effort? This is where the Stoic mindset comes in. A high-value man never wastes his energy on people who don't deserve it. He understands that his time is a non-renewable resource and protects it like his most prized possession. Seneca put it best. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. So if the woman you're interested in isn't showing real effort, if she isn't making you feel appreciated, that's your sign. She doesn't deserve your time. And no, this isn't about being selfish. It's about having self-respect. Because here's the thing, when you start valuing your time, others will too. Stop giving your energy to those who don't deserve it. You need to be selective, Not everyone deserves your attention, energy, dedication. This doesn't mean you're being cold. It means you recognize your worth. The moment you pull back from people who don't deserve your time, your value automatically increases. They start realizing that you're not just another guy. You have check standards, priorities, a clear direction in life. And here's the key. This isn't just about physically distancing yourself. It's about not investing your emotions in someone who isn't on the same page as you. Not wasting mental energy trying to figure out how to please her. Not obsessing over winning back someone who isn't reciprocating your effort. Instead, redirect that energy toward your goals, your passions, people who actually value you. Because the moment she notices that you're no longer chasing, she realizes she took you for granted. She sees that your time isn't something she can just expect. It's something she has to earn. And suddenly, you become the man she can't easily have. That's the power shift. The golden question: does she deserve your time? Next time you find yourself investing in someone, stop and ask yourself, does this person truly deserve my time and energy? If the answer is no, then respect yourself enough to walk away. Because men who respect their time and energy, they command respect from others. That's what it means to be a high-value man. That's how you elevate your life to new heights. The Stoics teach us that the only thing truly within our control is our thoughts, our actions, how we spend our time. So make sure you're spending it wisely. And if this message resonated with you, drop a comment below. Or type "be hard to get" to let us know you're embracing the mindset of self-respect. Because your time is priceless. Start acting like it. Take back the lead. Be the protagonist of your own life. Too often, men place a woman at the center of their world, allowing her to dictate their actions, emotions, and even their sense of self-worth. But here's the hard truth. When you do this, you give up control. You reduce yourself to a supporting character in what should be your own story. Instead of living a life filled with purpose, you find yourself chasing validation, approval, and affection, things that should naturally flow to a man who knows his worth. It's time to flip the script. Stop waiting for someone else's approval to feel happy. Take charge. Put yourself first. And no, this isn't selfish. It's self-respect. The core of Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, teaches us that the only person responsible for your happiness is you. Fulfillment doesn't come from external validation. It comes from within. When you shift the focus to yourself, everything changes. Once your goals, dreams, and desires become your priority, you stop chasing and start leading. You set the pace instead of being at someone else's mercy. You build a life that others aspire to be part of. Taking the lead role in your life means making decisions that serve your best interests, not someone else's. Refusing to settle for the bare minimum. Demanding the full experience of life. Recognizing that your worth isn't up for debate. This mindset doesn't just boost your self-esteem. It commands respect. People will see you as a man of purpose. A man driven by his own ambitions. A man who refuses to settle for less than he deserves. When you become the protagonist, you attract the right people. Here's where the real magic happens. When you establish yourself as the lead character in your life, you stop chasing and start attracting. You no longer beg for attention. You stop playing into manipulative games. You magnetize people who genuinely value and respect you. Instead of waiting to be chosen, you become the man who does the choosing. This is what Stoicism is all about. Living a life of virtue, purpose, and unshakable self-control. And in doing so, you become the hero of your own story. Every decision, every action, every moment. It's all in your hands. Embrace this role fully. and watch your life transform in ways you never imagined. This is the path to true freedom, where you are no longer defined by others, but by the strength of your character, the clarity of your purpose. 5. Make her see. There are other options. Now, let's talk about a strategy that shakes her confidence to the core, making it clear that she's not your only option. Here's the mistake too many men make. They put their lives on hold, waiting for a woman to decide whether she wants them back. While life moves on without them, they sit, they wait, they hope. And what does this say to her? It tells her that you're always available, that she can pick you up and drop you whenever it suits her. She feels secure, knowing that no matter how she treats you, you'll always be right there, waiting. And that, my friend, is a huge mistake. Flip the script. Show that you have options. What if, instead of waiting around, you started living your life fully? Imagine this. You're out there meeting new people. You're going on dates. You're too focused on your own growth to dwell on someone who doesn't see your worth. What happens next? Everything shifts. The woman who once felt too confident, thinking she had you wrapped around her finger, starts to feel uneasy. She starts wondering, why is he out with other women? What do they have that I don't? And suddenly, doubt creeps in. This isn't just jealousy. It's fear of loss. This isn't about playing games. It's about showing your value. She starts to realize that if she doesn't act soon, she might lose you. To someone who truly appreciates your worth. Because here's the truth. Check a high-value man doesn't sit around waiting. He moves forward. And if she's not stepping up, someone else will. This shift puts you in control. Suddenly, the woman who thought she held all the power finds herself scrambling. She realizes her position isn't as secure as she thought. She's no longer calling all the shots. She has to earn back your attention. And that's when the desperation kicks in. The fear of losing someone valuable is a powerful force. In today's dating world, knowing your worth is everything. So the next time she gives you the cold shoulder, don't panic, don't beg, don't chase. Instead, walk away and let her feel your absence. Because when you do, she'll realize something she never saw before. You were never an option. You were the prize all along. Show her you're thriving, with or without her. The best way to make an impact isn't through words, it's through actions. Show her that your life is moving forward, whether she's in it or not. A good friend of mine once went through a tough breakup. Instead of sitting at home, waiting for his ex to change her mind, he redirected his focus. He threw himself into his career. He reconnected with friends. He even started going on a few dates. Before long, his ex noticed, and suddenly, she was the one reaching out, desperate to get him back. Why? Because she realized she was no longer the center of his world, and the thought of him moving on was unbearable. Here's the takeaway. The next time she pulls away or takes you for granted, don't waste your energy waiting. Life's too short to chase someone who doesn't appreciate your worth. Instead, focus on living your best life, thriving, growing, and embracing new opportunities. Show her that you're not just fine without her. You're actually better. Ask yourself, why spend time on someone who doesn't see your value when you could be out there living life to the fullest? Lesson: never allow yourself to be someone's backup plan. Your happiness is in your hands, not hers. By embracing this mindset, you embody true stoic happiness, living fully in the present, recognizing that in Stoicism, your worth is determined by your actions, not someone else's approval. 6. Master the art of mystery. If you want to capture a woman's interest, one of the most powerful tools at your disposal is mystery. A lot of men think that winning a woman's heart means being an open book, sharing every detail about their life, their plans, and their emotions. Big mistake. When you reveal too much, too soon, something happens. The excitement fades. The intrigue disappears. The attraction diminishes. As Stoicism teaches us, predictability kills desire. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing," meaning that life and relationships require a balance of strategy and finesse. The power of mystery in attraction. A high-value man isn't an open book. He lets a woman peel back the layers at her own pace. When she asks about your thoughts or plans, don't spill everything. Give just enough to spark curiosity. Keep her wondering what's on your mind, what you're thinking, what your next move is. Let her earn access to your deeper thoughts over time. This isn't about being deceptive. It's about cultivating an air of intrigue. For example, instead of giving a full rundown of your day, say something like, "Had an interesting day, tell you about it later." Now she's curious. She wants to know more. Mystery is more than words. It's in your actions. Your behavior should also keep her guessing. One moment you're fully engaged, present, and giving her your charm and attention. The next, you're focused on your own pursuits, distant, but never out of reach. This ebb and flow, this dance of unpredictability, keeps her on edge, always wondering what your next move will be. Seneca once said, "It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness." In relationships, these rough roads, the twists and turns, the unexpected moments, make the journey exciting. Key takeaway: never fully disclose your feelings or future plans. Let her guess, let her ponder, let her yearn to know more, because uncertainty fuels desire. This is Stoicism in relationships, calm, controlled, yet endlessly fascinating.